Certainly. Here are 70 amazing facts about common frogs. Scientific name: the common frog is scientifically known as Rana temporaria. Habitat: they are found throughout Europe, except for some southern regions. Size: adult frogs typically measure between 6 to 10 centimeters in length. Coloration: their coloration can vary widely, including shades of green, brown, and gray. Skin texture: frogs have smooth, moist skin. Camouflage: the color and pattern of their skin help them blend into their surroundings. Longevity: in the wild, common frogs can live up to 8 to 10 years. Lifespan: however, many do not survive beyond a few years due to predation, diseases, or other factors. Amphibian Classification: frogs belong to the class Amphibia. Breathing: frogs breathe through both their lungs and skin, absorbing oxygen directly. Eggs: females lay eggs in large clusters, often attached to submerged vegetation. Tadpoles: eggs hatch into tadpoles, which undergo metamorphosis into adult frogs. Metamorphosis time: the process of metamorphosis usually takes a few months. Diet: adult frogs are primarily insectivores, consuming a variety of small invertebrates. Tongue action: frogs capture prey with their long, sticky tongues. Jumping ability: frogs are excellent jumpers, using powerful hind limbs to propel themselves. Vision: they have large, bulging eyes with excellent vision. Nocturnal: common frogs are more active during the night. Hibernate: in colder regions, frogs hibernate in winter, often in mud at the bottom of ponds. Temperature sensitivity: frogs are ectothermic, relying on external sources to regulate body temperature. Toxic skin: some species of frogs secrete toxins through their skin as a defense mechanism. Sound production: male frogs produce distinctive calls during the breeding season to attract females. Vocal pouch: the vocal pouch in males helps amplify their calls. Social structure: frogs exhibit territorial behavior during the breeding season. Cannibalistic tendencies: tadpoles can be cannibalistic, eating smaller tadpoles. Courtship: males often engage in elaborate courtship displays to attract mates. Parental care: some species of frogs provide parental care, guarding eggs or tadpoles. Adaptation to water and land: frogs are adapted to life in both aquatic and terrestrial environments. Amplexus: during mating, males grasp females in a position called amplexus. Frog spawn: the mass of frog eggs is commonly known as frog spawn. Antifreeze proteins: some frogs produce antifreeze proteins to survive in colder climates. Disease indicators: frogs are considered environmental indicators as their health reflects ecosystem conditions. Conservation: many frog species are facing threats like habitat loss and disease, making them a focus of conservation efforts. Jumping distance: frogs can jump up to 20 times their body length in a single leap. Muscular legs: powerful hind legs are adapted for jumping and swimming. Eye movement: frogs can retract and bulge their eyes to help them swallow prey. Mating season: breeding typically occurs in the spring, triggered by temperature and rainfall. Burrowing: frogs may burrow into soil to escape extreme temperatures. Egg development time: the time for eggs to hatch varies based on temperature and species. Mucus production: frogs produce mucus that helps keep their skin moist and aids in respiration. Threat displays: frogs may inflate their bodies and adopt threatening postures when feeling threatened. Jumping speed: some frogs can jump at speeds of up to 4.23 meters per second. Communication through vibration: frogs can communicate using vibrations, especially in water. Eyelids: frogs do not have eyelids and need to keep their eyes moist. Nictitating membrane: they have a transparent nictitating membrane that covers and protects their eyes underwater. Shedding skin: frogs shed their skin periodically to allow for growth. Leg positioning: frogs' hind legs are adapted for jumping, while front legs are used for walking and digging. Neoteny: some populations of common frogs exhibit neoteny, retaining aquatic characteristics into adulthood. Urban adaptation. Common frogs can adapt to urban environments, utilizing garden ponds for breeding. Biological control. Frogs contribute to pest control by feeding on insects. Hindlimb flexion. Tadpoles undergo hindlimb flexion during metamorphosis, preparing for life on land. Sensory pads. Frogs have specialized sensory pads on their toes for better grip. Jumping mechanism. The gastrocnemius muscle in their hind legs powers their jumps. Skin respiration. Adult frogs can absorb a significant amount of oxygen through their skin. Tail absorption. Tadpoles reabsorb their tails during metamorphosis. Dorsolateral ridge. Some frog species have dorsolateral ridges running down their backs. Distasteful secretions. Some frogs secrete distasteful substances to deter predators. Rapid digestion. Frogs use their eyes to help swallow food by pushing it down their throats. Environmental impact. Declines in frog populations can affect ecosystems due to their role in controlling insect populations. Chemical communication. Frogs may release chemical signals to communicate with each other. Skin glands. Skin glands in frogs produce substances with antimicrobial properties. Sonic hedgehog gene. Frogs have a gene named after Sonic the Hedgehog, playing a role in limb development. Elastic tendons. Elastic tendons in their hind feet store and release energy during jumps. Mating aggregations. Breeding sites may attract large aggregations of frogs. Ecdysis. Frogs undergo ecdysis, shedding the outer layer of their skin periodically. Feeding strategy. Frogs use their eyes to estimate the distance of prey before striking. Fossil records. An extinct relative of modern frogs, Triodobatrachus, is considered one of the earliest frog fossils. Jumping mechanism. Frogs use a unique jumping mechanism involving tendons and bones in their legs. Toe webbing. Webbing between their toes aids in swimming. Ecological role. Frogs play a crucial role in nutrient cycling in ecosystems through their feeding habits. These facts highlight the diverse and fascinating aspects of common frogs and their significance in ecosystems.